Jessica was an artist whose vibrant paintings captivated audiences and brought her dreams to life. But when a sudden and severe diagnosis of a brain tumor threatened to dismantle her world, everything she had worked for seemed to slip away. Faced with mounting medical bills and an uncertain future, Jessica's life took a harrowing turn. Enter Emily, Jessica's closest friend, who refuses to watch her suffer in silence. She launches a heartfelt online fundraising campaign, which quickly goes viral, drawing the attention and generosity of strangers worldwide. As donations flood in, hope is rekindled, and a path to recovery begins to unfold. But will the support of a global community be enough to save Jessica's life and her art? Jessica was a rising star in the art world, her paintings celebrated for their vibrant colors and emotional depth. From a young age, she knew her destiny was intertwined with a canvas and a brush. Her small studio was her sanctuary, where she poured her heart into every stroke, each piece a reflection of her soul. Her dedication paid off. Jessica's work began to attract attention from galleries and collectors. Her first solo exhibition was a resounding success, and soon, her pieces were being sold for impressive sums. With each new project, she pushed her boundaries, experimenting with styles and techniques, always striving for perfection. Jessica's passion was infectious. Her friends and family marveled at her talent and determination. She spent countless hours in her studio, often losing track of time, completely absorbed in her creative process. Every painting told a story, capturing moments of beauty, sorrow, and joy in ways words never could. The art community took notice. Critics praised her as a visionary, and her exhibitions became highly anticipated events. Jessica's name was becoming synonymous with innovation and artistic brilliance. Her career was soaring, and it seemed nothing could stand in her way. But beneath the surface of her success, Jessica was still the humble artist who started with nothing but a dream and a paintbrush. Her work was a testament to her journey, each piece a chapter of her life's story. As she stood on the brink of even greater achievements, she had no idea that her biggest challenge was just around the corner. Jessica's life took a sudden and cruel turn one afternoon. She had been experiencing headaches and dizzy spells, which she dismissed as stress from her demanding schedule. But when the symptoms worsened, she knew she couldn't ignore them any longer. A visit to the doctor led to a series of tests, and soon, Jessica found herself sitting in a sterile hospital room, the air thick with tension. The doctor entered, his face grave. He explained that the test had revealed a tumor in her brain. The words hit Jessica like a freight train. She felt the ground shift beneath her as the reality of the diagnosis set in. This wasn't just a setback, it was a life-altering crisis. The doctor outlined the severity of the situation and the immediate need for treatment. Jessica's mind raced with questions and fears. How would this affect her work, her dreams, her life? The medical expenses alone were daunting, but the thought of not being able to paint, to lose her very identity, was unbearable. As she left the hospital, Jessica was overwhelmed by a flood of emotions. Fear, sadness, and uncertainty clouded her thoughts. She looked at her hands, the hands that had created so much beauty, and wondered if they would ever hold a brush again. Back in her studio, the place that once brought her peace now felt like a reminder of all she stood to lose. The unfinished canvases seemed to echo her own uncertain future. Jessica knew she had to fight, but the path ahead was fraught with challenges she never anticipated. This diagnosis was a devastating blow, threatening to dismantle everything she had worked for. Yet, in the depths of despair, a flicker of determination sparked within her. Jessica realized that her journey was far from over. She would need to summon every ounce of strength and resilience to face the battle ahead. The days that followed Jessica's diagnosis were a whirlwind of medical appointments, treatments, and overwhelming anxiety. The once vibrant and unstoppable artist found herself confined to hospital rooms and treatment centers. Every visit brought more tests, more uncertainty, and mounting medical bills that seemed insurmountable. Jessica's savings quickly dwindled. The cost of treatments, medications, and doctor visits piled up at an alarming rate. Her once thriving art business came to a halt as she diverted all her energy and resources towards battling the tumor. She watched helplessly as the debts grew, each new bill a stark reminder of her precarious situation. Her studio, which had always been a place of solace and creativity, now felt like a distant memory. The canvases remained untouched, the paintbrushes gathering dust. Jessica's heart ached not only from the physical pain, but also from the fear of losing everything she had built. The financial strain was suffocating, adding to the already immense pressure of her illness. In her darkest moments, Jessica found herself questioning if she could endure this fight. The weight of her debts pressed down on her, making every breath feel heavier. She knew she needed help, but asking for it was a challenge in itself. Pride and fear kept her silent for too long, until one day, she broke down in front of her closest friend, Emily. Emily listened, her heart breaking for Jessica. Without hesitation, she sprang into action. Determined to help her friend, she decided to harness the power of the internet. Emily launched an online fundraising campaign, sharing Jessica's story with the world. She poured her heart into the campaign, hoping to reach people who would understand Jessica's plight and be moved to help. The initial response was slow, but Emily didn't give up. She tirelessly promoted the campaign, reaching out to influencers, sharing updates, and spreading the word. Slowly but surely, donations began to trickle in. Each contribution, no matter how small, brought a glimmer of hope. Jessica watched in awe as the campaign started to gain traction. Strangers from all over the world sent messages of support and encouragement. The financial relief was crucial, but even more uplifting was the realization that she wasn't alone in her fight. The kindness of others sparked a renewed determination within her, fueling her spirit to keep going. As the campaign continued to grow, so did Jessica's hope. The donations helped to alleviate the financial burden, allowing her to focus more on her recovery and less on the looming debts. She could see a path forward, one where she could overcome this ordeal and return to the art that defined her. Jessica could hardly believe her eyes. The donations were coming in faster than she had ever imagined, and the messages of support were overwhelming. Emily's campaign had gone viral, capturing the hearts of thousands of people around the globe. What started as a small effort among friends had exploded into a worldwide movement. Stories about Jessica's journey spread across social media platforms, reaching influencers, celebrities, and everyday people who were moved by her plight. The hashtag Help Jessica Heal began trending, and people from all walks of life shared her story, encouraging others to donate and offer support. Emily worked tirelessly to keep the momentum going. She updated the campaign page with Jessica's progress, sharing photos and videos that highlighted both the challenges and the small victories. Each update resonated deeply with the growing community of supporters, creating a powerful sense of connection and purpose. Jessica felt a renewed sense of hope and determination. For the first time since her diagnosis, she began to believe that she might actually beat this. The financial relief allowed her to access the best medical care available, and the emotional support from strangers around the world gave her the strength to keep fighting. One day, while scrolling through the countless messages of encouragement, Jessica came across a familiar name. It was Alex, a fellow artist she had met years ago at an exhibition. They had instantly connected, sharing a mutual admiration for each other's work. But as time passed, their paths diverged and they lost touch. Seeing his message now, Jessica felt a rush of emotions. Alex wrote about how deeply moved he was by her story and how proud he was of her strength and resilience. He offered to help in any way he could, both financially and emotionally. His words brought tears to Jessica's eyes, reminding her of the bonds she had formed through her art. Alex didn't stop at just words. He organized an art auction, rallying the artistic community to donate pieces for the cause. The event was a huge success, raising a significant amount of money and further spreading Jessica's story. The support from her peers was incredibly touching, reinforcing her belief in the power of community and the enduring spirit of artists. With the funds raised from the campaign and the art auction, Jessica could finally afford the treatments she desperately needed. Each doctor's visit, each therapy session, brought her one step closer to recovery. The road was still long, but the support she received lightened her burden and gave her the courage to face each day with hope. Jessica's journey was far from over, but she knew she wasn't alone. The outpouring of love and support from friends, strangers, and fellow artists had created a safety net, catching her whenever she felt like she was falling. With renewed hope and an indomitable spirit, she continued her fight, determined to reclaim her life and her art. As the donations poured in, Jessica felt an overwhelming sense of relief, but also a responsibility to use the funds wisely. She began meeting with her doctors and financial advisors to plan the next steps. Each decision was crucial, balancing the need for immediate treatment with the long-term goal of paying off her medical debts and sustaining her future. Jessica sat down with her healthcare team, discussing the most effective treatment options. They reviewed the latest advancements and tailored a plan specifically for her condition. The treatments would be rigorous and costly, but with the funds from the campaign, Jessica now had the resources to proceed without hesitation. Simultaneously, Jessica's financial advisor helped her navigate the complex world of medical billing and debt management. They negotiated with hospitals and creditors, leveraging the donations to settle outstanding bills and reduce future costs. This strategic approach ensured that every dollar was maximized, providing Jessica with both immediate care and financial stability. Throughout this process, Jessica remained deeply involved. She attended every meeting, asked countless questions, and made informed decisions. Her determination to regain control of her life was unwavering. The negotiations were tough, but each successful agreement brought her closer to a full recovery. The community's support continued to fuel her spirit. Friends, family, and even strangers reached out, offering not just financial aid but emotional encouragement. Jessica found herself surrounded by a network of people who genuinely cared about her well-being. This collective effort instilled a renewed sense of hope within her. Jessica's relationship with Alex also grew stronger. He became a constant source of support, attending her appointments and helping her navigate the complexities of her treatment. Their bond, forged through shared passion and adversity, blossomed into something deeper. Alex's presence was a reminder that she was not alone in this fight. As the treatments progressed, Jessica started to see improvements. The once daunting medical journey became a series of small victories. Each positive report, each step forward, reinforced her resolve. The financial strain eased, and the path to recovery became clearer. The negotiations, the planning, and the unwavering support from her community culminated in a powerful resurgence of hope. Jessica's battle was far from over, but she was no longer facing it with trepidation. She had a plan, she had resources, and most importantly, she had a renewed belief in herself and her future. Jessica's journey through these negotiations wasn't just about securing treatment. It was about reclaiming her life and her art. With each step forward, she edged closer to the day when she could return to her studio, inspired and ready to create once again. With the treatment plan in full swing and her debts managed, Jessica began her journey toward recovery. The road was long and fraught with challenges, but each step forward was a testament to her strength and resilience. Surrounded by a network of supportive friends, family, and the wider community, Jessica felt a renewed determination to reclaim her life. The treatments were intense. Chemotherapy sessions left her exhausted, and the side effects were often debilitating. Yet, Jessica faced each hurdle with a fierce resolve. On days when her spirits flagged, she found solace in the messages and letters from those who had supported her campaign. Their words of encouragement reminded her that she was not alone in this fight. Her friend Emily remained a steadfast presence, attending every appointment and providing a constant stream of positivity. Alex, too, was by her side, his unwavering support growing into something deeper and more profound. Their bond strengthened with each passing day, transforming from friendship into a love that provided Jessica with even more strength. As weeks turned into months, small victories began to appear. Jessica's doctors noted improvements, and her energy levels started to rise. Each positive update was a beacon of hope, a sign that her hard work and the collective efforts of her supporters were paying off. During this time, Jessica also rediscovered her passion for art. Though she couldn't spend as many hours in her studio as before, she found moments to paint, channeling her emotions and experiences onto the canvas. Her work took on a new depth, reflecting the struggles and triumphs of her journey. These pieces resonated deeply with her audience, capturing the raw beauty of her resilience. Jessica's recovery was not just physical but emotional and spiritual as well. She embraced a holistic approach to healing, incorporating meditation, light exercise, and a balanced diet into her routine. This comprehensive care helped her rebuild her strength and regain control over her life. Her studio became a sanctuary once more, a place where she could find peace and express herself fully. Each day spent painting was a step toward normalcy, a reminder of the life she was fighting to reclaim. Her art, once again, became a powerful outlet for her emotions and a testament to her indomitable spirit. The support from her community never wavered. Fundraisers and art auctions continued, and the campaign's momentum didn't slow. Each act of kindness, each donation, was a brick in the foundation of Jessica's recovery. She felt an immense gratitude for the people who had rallied around her, their collective efforts making her journey possible. Jessica's recovery was a mosaic of challenges and triumphs, each piece contributing to the larger picture of her healing. As she regained her strength and her passion, she looked forward to the future with hope and excitement. She knew there were still hurdles to overcome, but with the love and support surrounding her, she was ready to face whatever came next. With the worst of her battle behind her, Jessica stepped into a new chapter of her life, one marked by profound love and unwavering gratitude. The journey had transformed her in ways she never anticipated, deepening her appreciation for every moment and every person who had stood by her side. Jessica's relationship with Alex blossomed into something beautiful and enduring. What began as a supportive friendship had grown into a deep, abiding love. Alex had been her rock through the darkest times, and now, as she healed, their bond only strengthened. They spent countless hours together, dreaming about the future, planning new adventures, and finding joy in the simple act of being together. In her studio, Jessica's creativity flourished anew. Her brush danced across the canvas with a renewed vigor, each stroke infused with the lessons learned from her ordeal. Her art evolved, capturing the depth of her experiences, the pain, the hope, and the overwhelming sense of gratitude that now colored her world. Her latest works were hailed as her most powerful yet, resonating deeply with audiences and critics alike. The community that had rallied around her continued to be a source of strength and inspiration. Jessica made it a point to give back, organizing workshops and mentoring young artists who were just starting their journeys. She wanted to share the love and support she had received, to pay it forward and make a difference in the lives of others. Jessica's health, once so precarious, stabilized and improved. Regular checkups became less daunting as positive reports came in, each one a small victory. She embraced a lifestyle of balance, ensuring that her physical and emotional well-being remained a priority. Yoga, meditation, and healthy eating became part of her daily routine, helping her maintain the equilibrium she had fought so hard to achieve. One evening, as the sun set over the city, Jessica stood on her balcony, Alex by her side. They watched the sky transform into a tapestry of colors, a reminder of the beauty that life holds. Jessica reflected on her journey, the fear, the pain, the incredible support, and the love that had carried her through. Her heart swelled with gratitude for the second chance she had been given. Turning to Alex, she smiled, a tear of joy slipping down her cheek. "We made it," she whispered, the weight of those words carrying the entirety of her journey. They embraced, the future stretching out before them, bright and full of promise. Jessica's story was one of triumph over adversity, a testament to the power of love, community, and resilience. As she faced the future, she did so with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit ready to embrace whatever came next. This new beginning was not just a continuation of her life, but a celebration of every moment, every breath, and every beat of her heart.